Oh, Christmas! The time of the year most families get together and celebrate not only the birth of Jesus, but the traditions of the family and their country. From throwing shoes and planning a wedding to repellent for goblins and werewolves, here are the most bizarre Christmas celebrations, superstitions, and traditions around the world you want to know about. If you like the video, click the subscribe button and in the comments, share with us what is your most bizarre holiday memory. And for some extra fun, find our mascot Ned hiding throughout the video. Lighten it all up. After Thanksgiving, the Christmas festivities begin with getting a pine tree, some shiny ornaments and lights to wrap the tree and the whole house if you would like. But who came up with the idea of lights? The original candles were placed on the Christmas tree to ward off evil, and the superstitious Romans were the first to begin the tradition that evolved to little metal pieces to intensify the light and terrify the demons. As you can see, it has gone way uphill with the lights now being used to wrap entire buildings and with light shows in different countries like in Medellin, Colombia, Paris, and London. Christmas light parades and clever displays are far more elaborate versions of the Romans' original candles on a tree. Where the shoe drops. Shoes, us women love them, but do you know that giving shoes could be bad luck? And on Christmas nonetheless? If you give shoes to someone as a gift, an English tradition says they'll walk away from you. So, choose your gifts carefully. And if you want to get rid of someone... The pooping what? All countries have some variations of the nativity scene, but in Spain, Italy, and France, why is there a pooping elf? The story goes that a pooping shepherd, or Caganer, was added to the traditional manger as a symbol of fertilizing the land in the 17th century. Nowadays, children in Spain, Italy, and France play the Find the Caganer game, who is often hiding somewhere in the manger. And how creative can you get with elves? Well, very. In the US, a newer Christmas tradition is the elf on the shelf. An elf who keeps an eye on children and tells Santa if they are naughty or nice. Recently, this particular elf seems to be getting a side job as a pooping elf too. The original Caganer is so popular in Spain that a giant elf pooping while holding a Christmas tree can be found in a mall. Born to be naughty or nice? Would you like to be born on Christmas? Depending on where you live, it could be good or it could be bad. It really does depend on where you were born. A superstition in Southeast Europe says if you are born on Christmas, you may become a misbehaving wandering goblin called the Kalikatseroi. And in Poland, you'll become a werewolf. In other European countries, it's a good thing. There, legends say you'll be protected from spirits, drowning, or being hung. And in America, our biggest worry was getting double gifted if we were born too close to Christmas. Christmas to go. What's your family's traditional Christmas meal? Typically, there will be a ham or a turkey, maybe some mashed potatoes and gravy, and hopefully a pumpkin pie. But Japan has its own idea of traditional Christmas meal, and it takes place in a fast food restaurant. Thanks to the best American fast food marketing campaign ever, over 40 years ago to this day, it's a custom in Japan to have KFC for a traditional Christmas meal. It's so popular that your order must be placed 2 months in advance. If you're in Japan for Christmas, don't expect turkey or sushi. A surprise inside. Here is a fun British tradition to incorporate at your Christmas party. You will need a nice recipe for pudding, but just use any dessert that could hide a thimble or a button, a ring, and a coin. All washed off, of course. Whomever gets served the coin will have wealth for the next year. The button or thimble stay single, and I am sure then you can figure the ring out. Creatures of the night. Werewolves, vampires, zombie. There are lots of creatures we've come to fear, but the Christmas creatures are scarier than all of those. The Krampus, a horny creature that looks like a goat and a demon mashed together, is the companion of St. Nicholas or Santa Claus. In Austria, while children who behave get presents from Santa, those who don't, well, they get chased by the Krampus, and he looks very scary. In another tale, even if you're an animal lover like me, you may want to run away from the Jewel Cat of Iceland. And if you hate the ugly sweaters from your last-minute shopping family members, they might have just saved your life. It's said that the Jewel Cat hunts those who haven't received new clothing before Christmas. But not all myths involve mischievous creatures. In Italy, a friendly witch called Befana delivers the gifts. So, Christmas isn't all presents, candy, and elves. Now you know, there is a dark side too. Mixing up holidays. On Halloween, we grab our candy bag and head out into the night to go trick-or-treating. But what will a hybrid between a Halloween and a Christmas look like? In Latvia, they get some walking exercise on Christmas too. During Siematsvetski, a group of masked people called mummers dress up in crazy costumes and go house to house offering a blessing in exchange for a treat. So if you love Halloween, do Christmas in Latvia. To Santa Claus, North Pole, or Indiana? When you were a kid, did you stay up as late as you could, waiting for Santa to deliver your presents? If you wanted to write Santa a letter to make sure you got everything you wanted, where would you mail it to? Well, in Canada, you send it to Santa Claus, North Pole, Canada, ho ho ho. Make sure you include that. And in the US, you send it to Santa Claus, North Pole, Alaska, or Indiana. Either way, you will receive a reply from Santa's elves. Did any of you ever catch Santa? Tell us the story. Santa's replacement. We know different countries around the world have different traditions. And when it comes to Christmas and presents, Santa is not the only one making the special deliveries. And it's not even on the same day. Other than your typical morning on December 25th, in some Latin countries, baby Jesus brings gifts which are opened later after dinner on December 24th. In Italy, a good witch named Befana delivers presents on January 5th. The three wise men also carry them in Mexico and other Latin countries, but on January 6th. Arms down. If the KFC marketing campaign from Japan was impressive, then you will love Colombia's way of disarming one of the oldest guerrilla organizations in the country, the FARC, in the spirit of Christmas. In 2010, the trees of the jungles of Colombia were decorated with Christmas lights and banners asking the guerrillas to surrender and come back home. One of the banners read, "If Christmas can come to the jungle, you can come home. Demobilize. At Christmas, everything is possible." It was so successful that over 300 guerrilla members re-entered society. The marketing campaign was so effective, it actually won an advertising award. Christmas MMA. Have you ever wanted to get back at somebody? What if you could only get your payback on Christmas and you have to wear a funny costume to do it? A town in Peru came up with a funny way to settle scores that have built up throughout the year. The celebration of Takanakui, which means when the blood is boiling, it's a fist fight to settle scores, allowing the townspeople of Santo Tomas to start the new year with a clean slate. The contestants dress up in masks and crazy costumes with music and merriment throughout the town. Very peaceful town otherwise. A fun way to clean the slate and start the new year off right. Monster Repellent. If you were in Greece, Bulgaria, or Serbia, since winter have longer nights, that also means there is more time for evil spirits and mischievous creatures to wander. So in order to protect yourself from them, you must place a calendar in your front porch so the Kalikatsaroi, compulsive little goblins they are, will count the holes until morning arrives. Save for another day. But that's not all. In order to keep the witches, spirits, and other undesirable forces, winter greenery, aka the Christmas tree or wreaths, need to be in or around the house. Keeping the undesirables only lasts for a few days though, but it can turn on you as well if you don't do things right. Your Christmas decorations must be put away before the end of the 12th day of Christmas, or bad luck and goblins will come to your home. Future husband or not? We have been exploring some bizarre creatures and traditions, and here is one more. If you are an unmarried woman and would like to know about your future, this one is for you. All you need is a pair of shoes, not given as a gift. On Christmas, grab a shoe and throw it over your shoulder towards a door. If the shoe lands with the toes pointing at the door, start planning your dream wedding. But if it points towards you, better luck next year. Now, would you want to marry somebody whose answer was based on a superstition? Remember to click the bell icon after you subscribe so you can get instant notifications of all our new videos. Christmas discovered. Who is the hardest person to shop for? Let us know and click the like button. Merry Christmas and don't let the Krampus catch you. Thank you again for watching.